Hi, this is Emmanuel Naweji. I am with T2S, and T2S stands for Transformed to Succeed. Here we make videos. We make videos to help somebody like you either refresh your memories in the areas of cloud and DevOps fields or technologies. I provide also, and this is free information that you can access anytime. At the end of this video, I would like you to go ahead and subscribe or like, share this video. What I would like to do in this video is to show you how you can automate. You can automate processes like continuous integration. You can do it either on any, actually in any environment. I'm gonna show you quickly how you can do this. The tools that we're gonna use here are Jenkins. That'll be number one. And number two, we will use Git plus GitHub. Okay. So this is what we're gonna do. And the goal when you use Jenkins is what we refer to as a CI and CD tool. CI stands for continuous integration, and CD stands for continuous delivery or deployment. So that would be what you need to know. So you're gonna learn two tools here. You learn Jenkins, Git and GitHub, and how they can communicate with each other. What I'll basically do is to use a Jenkins file. We're gonna use a Jenkins file. A Jenkins file, it is a file that defines that how you want to deploy, what you want to integrate or deploy. It also lays out the different steps that you're gonna use. A typical Jenkins file, which is a file that you can add to Jenkins, meaning that Jenkins can either use a Jenkins file to automate your testing, building, and then deployment of your application. It can also use, you can also do it from the dashboard, like you actually will do it from the user interface, the UI. So we're gonna go there. So the Jenkins file, what it has three components. So you have the first line would be agent. You're gonna have to define what agent. This could be Windows, could be Linux, or whatever agent that you want to use, on which you're gonna run the jobs. And you define these jobs by describing your stage. So the stage could be test, could be build, could be deploy. So that, and then under each stage you have a step. So this is where you define your steps. An example of steps would be, it could be like you wanna build a Docker image. You can run the command here. Or you want to do something like, let's say, just want to echo something like testing. You do that, and there's a stage that you define. So you have stages, then you have steps, and under, I'm gonna change something here quick. So so let's do this. Okay. So under each stage, this is steps. So this is where you define stage number one. The stage number one, which could be test. You can define it as test, and then so you go from here to there, and then from here to steps, and define the steps. So that's how simple this can be. And what you do next, you can now, this is how you can integrate GitHub into your Jenkins. So you have your Jenkins file written. What you do, you just push it. You push it to GitHub. And after you push it to GitHub, now on Jenkins, now this is our Jenkins. On Jenkins, what you need to do, you're going to use GitHub as your source code management. And this will pull the Jenkins file. It's going to identify, find the Jenkins file. And then once you do that, then you just go ahead and build your CI and CD. And that's it. This is how you do it. Now, let's go to, we're going to go now to our Jenkins dashboard. For you to do this project, make sure that you have Jenkins installed either on your local machine or AWS and EC2 instance. You just go to the Jenkins official website and look at the steps on how you can install that. Let's go to our UI, a dashboard. So this is what I've done. So I have a repository on GitHub, and this is what we'll be using, this repository. And this repository has the different files here. So we have this, I don't know what I have on steps. Okay, so this is how you can install, actually create an ECR repository on AWS. And you can take advantage of that too. And this is for my website, which will not deploy now as part of this video, but in the upcoming videos, I'm gonna do that. And here you have CI YAML. We're gonna use this for GitHub. We're gonna use for GitLab. Soon I'm gonna add more files here as of the recording of this video today. Probably when you watch this video, there will be more files here. This is our Jenkins file, the second one, and we will not work on this as part of this video, but in the upcoming video, I'm gonna show you how to do all of this here. But today, we just wanna test the simple Jenkins file. We're gonna test this. What we do, we go to our Jenkins dashboard. So this is our dashboard, and you can tell that I tested this over 21 hours ago as of the recording of this video. All right, so what you do here, go to new item. So first you go to dashboard. If you click here, you go to dashboard. That's where you need to be. And you know that these things are also here. I assume that you have already installed the necessary plugins that you need here. Jenkins have over 1,000 plugins that can help you interact with different tools and technologies. In our case, we want to do new item. I'm gonna give it a name. I'll call it Jenkins demo. You can give it any name you want. Here, we're gonna go to pipeline because we already have our pipeline defined as part of this file here. So this is our pipeline. Agent, we choose any that is available where we need to run this pipeline. So stages, we have test, we have build, and we have deploy. So these are the stages. So you have a stage, and then under each stage you have steps. There could be one or more steps here. So you can add more here, more lines, like I can do echo, I can download a software, anything. Here I can, like for testing, you only test, right? For building, this is where you build your application. And when you build, you can have artifacts like dependencies and packages, libraries, and any other components that you need for your application to be operational. And then those dependencies and packages and everything else, you can store them on an artifact, in an artifact environment, and which could be AWS or Azure, or you can use open source places where you can store your artifacts, which could be like something like JFrog artifact and something like that. So you can add that here. And then after storing your artifacts, and the reason why you want to store the different building units, components of your application in one place, is that you want your application to be consistent, right? Because your application is dependent on, or depends on these libraries, binaries, and stuff like that. So you want the same stuff to be in across all of your environments, dev, stage, and production. So that's why you need to store all of that in just one centralized location. And then this is where you deploy. You can deploy something, an application, into production, or you can deploy an application into a different environment, or you can deploy this into in ECR. For instance, it's a Docker application or containerized application, and you want to store the image someplace, and you just build that, and then you can store it on ECR, or you can send it back to whatever cloud repository you want to use, depending on your business goals and objectives. Then the post here is just to say, okay, it's been completed successfully or not. All right. So back to Jenkins, we select pipeline. Then you come down here, and here what you do, just click OK. After clicking OK, the 2 or 3 things that you're gonna need to do here, don't change anything here. You can add a description if you want. We will not do it for in this video. We come down here. We're looking for pipeline because this is what we have, and which will define our workflow. So I click here and select pipeline script from source code management. It gives you the option here to say, okay, so what do we need? Here under SCM, you select Git, repository URL. This is where you go to your GitHub repository. So I'm gonna go here and just click on code, select HTTPS, because that's the protocol we want to use to access this repository. So click here, go back to here, repository URL, paste it there. Okay, and then change nothing at this point. The only thing that you're gonna have to change is the main, because that's our branch. Everything we see here, we only have one branch here. That's main. If you create another branch, you have like you can say maybe pipeline or Jenkins or whatever. Then you have to make sure that when you come here, you select the correct path where you're getting the Jenkins file from. Okay, because if you have something different, like here, if I just leave it to master, we'll get an error. The pipeline will not go through, will not be successful. So I do main, and then the script path. Remember, this is a path here, the Jenkins here. You see main, Jenkins. Next time when we do a different video using Jenkins -2, so make sure that you write it this way, the way it is here, -2. But today we'll just, for this video, we're using just a Jenkins file. Go back here. After you do that, click save. It is saved, and you see here, this is the name of our pipeline that we want to build, of our project that we want to build here. So after that, what you do next, you can click build now. So when you click here, build now, you're gonna see here at the bottom here, you see build. It's gonna give you the different builds that you have done, and let's see what we have here. And you can either click here, you come to this dashboard here, to this place here, click on the console output. It lays out every step that your pipeline has gone through, like started here, then obtained Jenkins file from this, you see that? Then it ran this here. So because this is my Jenkins engine or application, it's on my computer, so it's running on this. Okay, and then you can read this. So no credentials are specified. Then the next thing that they did, it cloned the remote Git repository, and it did that. It avoided second fetch, and then this was the commit message, first time build, skipping change logs, and you see here testing is done, okay, and build is completed. The application is deployed successfully, pipeline completed successfully, and then finished success here. So let's say we go back to our dashboard here, and you're gonna see the different builds here. This is what I did before, and this is what I just did. Let's say if we go here and then we want to configure this, meaning that we want to change something here. So let's say instead of using this, I use the wrong branch here. So if I use the wrong branch, I save it, and what did they say? Did they say hold on. So let me go back here. So it wasn't supposed to be to succeed. So I'm gonna change that. So that's yeah, I think this works. But if we change, yeah, I don't wanna mess you up for now. Okay, so what I will do next in the next video, we're gonna play with another Jenkins file. But in this video, what I just wanted to show you is this pipeline. So I wrote this pipeline, pushed it to GitHub, and then on Jenkins, I created a new item. When you create a new item, so it's a project, and then I decided to use Jenkinsfile to continuously to build my project. So I build my project following the workflow or the pipeline which was defined on my Jenkins file. So this is it's very easy to use and do. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Remember, please share, subscribe, like, and I would truly appreciate that. Thank you. God bless.